Hello, Narayanji. Yay. Mm, thank you. Oh, Mother of Mercy, you are having mercy on all of us, especially if we found the bravery, the bravery of coming to a meditation on Sunday morning for many of you on different timelines. And here you are. I wonder if you can really put your arms around yourself and really hug that soul of yours, that beautiful, passionate purpose that you have in this lifetime and are growing every day in leaps and bounds from every little experience you have. And you know what's so beautiful is that you don't take it seriously. You don't take it seriously, my dear, because this is a dream drama delusion that we're in, and there's nothing real about it except those moments in your heart where you are feeling so much connection, and whether you know it or not with the source, but it helps to know it. It helps to know it. So thank you. We're going to get to know it. We're going to get to know ourselves a little better today because it's quite a day with a solar eclipse coming around the corner and the equinox. Yeah. So what a combination that is. So let's just close our eyes, everybody, and tap into what you feel is the urgency of your moment, the urgency of this moment. Ah, you know, your whole life, not the past, and really not the future, but in this case, your whole future depends on the urgency that you have in this moment. Mm. You could say your whole day today depends on the urgency that you have in this moment. And what do I mean by that? That there's only one focus, one heart, one love, one passionate purpose that you have, and that is to know thyself. And then you will not be false to anyone. So let's just feel into the urgency of this moment, my dears, and rejoice that there are other souls live with you right now that are very akin to you and you to them, very akin. Friends from many lives have reunited in this most amazing time to be on the planet because the darkness comes from the light. So if you can remember in your dark moments, in your down days, and you're not feeling so good mornings or afternoons or evenings, that you remember that the dark comes from the light. So your shadow side is really punctuated, to say the least, by the light. And I'd like to start us out in our meditation with this quote from Paramahansa Yogananda. He said, realize that you are a part of spirit and that just behind the spark of your life, just behind the spark of your life is the flame of infinity. So, what motivates you, my dear? What gets you up in the morning? What's going to power you through this day is the flame of infinity. Don't forget that. You are alive right now because of the flame of infinity. Remember that. And he says, just behind the glimmer of your thoughts. So just catch a thought, like catching a butterfly right now. Can you catch a thought right now? And know beyond a shadow of that dark side of a doubt that your thoughts and behind the glimmer of those thoughts is the great light of God. So let's be still. Don't move a muscle. There's only one thing pumping through you right now, the urgency of knowing who's behind your life. Who's in your life is not that important. It's who's behind your life. That's everything, my dear. So be still. And know that you are that light. Thank you. So before we dial into the frequencies of this solar eclipse and fall equinox, let's remember what we have just heard. Remember our essence just behind those thoughts, just behind your restlessness, just behind what you think you know. Because beyond the layers of mind and ego lies the radiance of your soul. Behind, just beneath the layers of your mind, the ego, and the ego lies the radiance of your soul. And here's who you really are. You are a timeless, loving presence. Embrace this, that you are a timeless, loving presence that carries infinite wisdom and natural. And natural in this sense is supernatural empathy. And connecting with your soul, the essence, allows you to feel deeply, respond with compassion, and experience wholeness that transcends ordinary awareness. The more still we are, the greater is our state of consciousness. The more still we are, the more clarity we have. And the less confusion. We have a sense of unity as you are urgent in this moment of grace, in this moment of breath. Unity dissolves separation, my dears, just as you sit here without moving a muscle, without thinking about anything, but dissolving yourself into yourself, capital S. Unity dissolves separation, and empathy flows effortlessly, effortlessly, restoring balance within and around you. This equinox is all about the equality of the day and night. Perfect equality, perfect balance is the fall equinox. And you are restoring it as deep as you ever have right now within and around you, living from your soul's essence, my dears. aligns you with the divine, aligning with the divine, with your higher self, allowing life to unfold with grace, wisdom, and unconditional love. So, as we sit here as still as possible, witnessing ourselves and holding steady to the deepest connection you have now with the truth of you, the essence of you, let's remember this. And this is attuned to the timeline of today, the vibrations of today and this weekend. And this is our learning on the planet right now. Those who rejoice in another's fall are often deeply wounded souls, my dears, deeply wounded. Those who rejoice in another's fall, their spirit has been clouded by pain, disconnection, fear, and the spirit of confusion. And so darkness enters where hearts are unhealed, creating disillusionment and separation. When light is dimmed, many lose sight of who they truly are. So when we say the word evil, it creeps in when trauma, fear, and unhealed wounds leave cracks in our spirit. And in the urgency of this now moment, you, my dears, as close to your essence as you've ever been, must be willing to face your own darkness, to acknowledge what is hidden so the light of Christ within can restore and realign you with truth. Your role is not to punish or shame. It is to hold the light. Thank you for holding the light. As it says in the Bible, John 1:5, the light shines in the darkness. The light shines in your darkness, my dears, and our world's darkness. And darkness has not overcome it. Darkness cannot overcome the light. Think of each soul that is on this meditation with us this morning, could you? And just notice how bright they are. How bright is the light in them. Unbelievable. So much light is with us right now. As Yogananda says, right now I see the great light of God. Right now I see the great light of God shining everywhere. And then he goes on to say, Yogananda, I love you, Lord. I talk to you, Lord. Every second of my life, in activity, in silence, in deepest prayer. with the unceasing desire of my heart. And I see the veil of delusion melt away, melting away, melting away. So here's a lead in. We have a few extra moments that we have on Sacred Soul Sunday. If you can stay, stay. This is a lead in to those energies I mentioned. Solar eclipse. And you know, when there is eclipse and things go dark, the illusions disappear. Do you know that? But here's our lead in to hearing more about the solar eclipse and the equinox. Hold space. Hold space in your heart for the lost, the confused, the so-called evil. Stay present. Do not feed the darkness with reactive anger. Instead, let compassion be your strength. Compassion. Remember, they're only in the dark because they're not focusing on the light. So have more compassion. Let it be your strength. When you do, you become a living threshold for remembrance of this light and all our brothers and sisters who are in the so-called dark temporarily, who we think have maybe fallen. We become a living threshold for remembrance, a beacon that calls others back to their own Christ light, their higher self. So this is getting closer to the energies of our combined powerful weekend of a solar eclipse and a fall equinox. Really? We are at a timeline and dimensional shift. The old earth is falling away. Your old demons, my dears, are falling away, and a new earth is being birthed. Two paths appear more clearly than ever. To rise into higher frequency or sink deeper into illusion. Choose. Souls are being pulled into different timelines based on their vibration and consciousness. This is divine order. Each soul walks their own path. So here are our practical steps. Breathe deeply and center in your heart before responding. Breathe deeply and center in your heart before responding. Send light silently to those who are hurting or lost. Send light silently to those who are hurting or lost. Refuse to amplify anger on social media. Choose presence instead. Strengthen your spiritual practices. This is quite frankly why I'm here in Ashland, Oregon, because there's a meditation group of my lineage, Paramahansa Yogananda's Temple of Light. So strengthen your spiritual practices. This is how we live the rest of our days, my dear. Strengthen them. prayer, meditation, acts of quiet kindness. Anchor yourself in the certainty that love remakes all things and elevates you and our world into a higher timeline. And as in Romans it says, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. And that's all of you. Be the change, hold the light, rise with the new earth, and step into your highest dimensional alliance and alignment. All right. So that concludes our guided visualization, our guided, really just frequency update, right? Our energy update, just an update. And just notice yourself, how long does this update work for you? Or are you off ready to go do something else and you lose contact with yourself, right? It's going to be the other way around. Keep contact with yourself and don't rush. You'll get where you need to go when you need to be there. Yeah. So here we go. I'm just going to read this as our little soul talk this morning, all about this so-called solar eclipse and the fall. I don't know, some people call it the equinox. I call it the equinox. Here we go. You ready? You ready just to absorb this, my dears? You're about to see a sky event way more than astronomy. On September 21st, 2025, the sun will dim at the very last degree of Virgo, right before the equinox kicks in. So the sun will dim at the very last degree of Virgo, right before the equinox kicks in. So two thresholds lines up, very apropos to our vibrations this morning, right? Two thresholds line up, one balancing light and dark, and the other pulling back the curtain of what's been hidden. Oh my, are you ready to pull back the curtain of what hides you from yourself? Are you? Pull it back, my dears. There's just God behind the curtain. There's just the true you behind the curtain. This isn't just an eclipse, it's a doorway you're walking through. Not going outside of you, but inside of you. It's a doorway into the inside of you. When our sun, our symbol of identity and clarity, goes dark, when our sun and symbol of identity and clarity goes dark, guess what? Illusion loses its grip. All right? So this little solar eclipse, know that delusion's going to lose its grip on you, baby doll. Yeah. This eclipse acts like a mirror. So for us, it's a flawless mirror. We only see our true self in the mirror. It acts like a mirror, forcing us to face what can't come along for the ride. That's good, isn't it? Yeah. You're going to face what can't come along with you from here, this moment on. It's another reason why I'm here, where I am, and you are where you are. Doesn't matter where you are, what state you're in. It's just the state of consciousness that we're talking about, really. All right. So those things that can't come along for the ride, we're going to look in the mirror and face that. Okay, see you later. Thanks for the memories. Things that look rock solid, or those that believe in the outer ones who are in control of the situation, or even how we see ourselves. That which looks rock solid and how we see ourselves might crumble. Yeah, but you are where you're supposed to be. So you just crumble into being more you, the divine you. The message is simple, my dears. What's fake will fall apart. All right? What's fake will fall apart. What's real sticks like peanut butter. Sticks. And it happens less than a day before the equinox when Earth's magnetic field is extra sensitized to solar winds that are at their peak. So we have this buildup starting with the solar eclipse, my dears. The magnetic field is going to be extremely sensitive. You are going to be extremely sensitive, and there's a difference between being sensitive and being touchy, finicky, scared, worried, nervous. There's a big difference. Sensitive is how we know ourselves as a soul. You have to be extremely sensitive. So these solar winds are going to help us do that in the eclipse, and then, of course, the fall equinox, we just fall into grace. We fall into our true self. We fall into unconditional love. All right, so that's pretty much all I needed to get out this morning. I kind of tend to need an outlet every day to just let the good vibes that come into me, the inspiration that comes, and to be shared with all of you, and the light and love that I love to share with you, and that you and us together as a tribe can send to our world, and so on and so forth until all the many, the one has become the many, and now the many are returning to the one, says Yogananda. So thank you, Todd. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Narayan Ji. And thank you, Ellen, for hanging in there, Lisa and Jim Clark. It's been an amazing morning. I would think, I hope you feel absolutely wonderful, darling. You're simply marvelous, Narayan. And you too, Todd and Betsy, a family that meditates together, stays together. So good job. Like, thank you for your light, both of you. Thank you for your unity, Betsy and Todd and Tara, your unity with your animals, your unity with Mother Nature, your unity with all life. Thank you for that, Narayan and Lisa and Jim and Ellen. So let's just really see the situation as it really is, okay? Because why? Because we love. Love helps you to see the reality, all right? And with that comes we care. We really do have that empathy and that understanding that those that are in confusion have just forgotten the light that just is underneath their thoughts and their whatever it is that they think they know, right behind all that knowingness, right, is the quiet of the soul and the peace of the mind. Wow. And so that allows us, when we really care with that empathy of our soul, we share it, right? We share it with our world. We share it completely. Let it come through. That's what Hockey says. I'm just a hole in a flute. I'm just a hole in the flute through which the breath of God moves through which the breath of Christ moves through. So listen, listen, listen to this music of my soul. We're just holes in the flute, my dears. Krishna flute, right? Through which the breath of Christ moves through. So listen, listen, world, listen to this music of our souls coming from this little meditation group on Sunday morning, September 21st. The most epic time for us to be urgently, urgently in this one moment, the now moment, one at a time. And so it is. And let it be. God bless us all. Oh, Mother of Mercy, have mercy on us. And that is that. And that is so. Aho. Namaste. I'll see you in the most beautiful consciousness ever, in the unity of our one world, one light, one love. Namaste. Thank you for coming online with the divine, my dears. Thank you so much. I do. I do, said Shakespeare. I do. All right.
Adios.